You look across the American desert, miles of open land, dry mountains, empty roads, and almost nothing moving. But then you hear it. A deep roar cuts through the silence. A fighter jet tears across the sky, and suddenly, the desert does not look empty anymore. It looks like one of the places where American air power is built. But the truth is stranger than that. America did not become an air power giant just by building powerful aircraft. It built an entire system around them: pilots, engineers, mechanics, airfields, fuel, training, factories, and a network capable of moving people and equipment across enormous distances. The fighter jet is only the part you can see. The real power is everything behind it. And much of that story begins in places that look completely empty. The American desert offers something unusual. Space. A lot of it. Open land gives pilots room to train. It gives aircraft space to fly. It allows large bases to operate far from crowded cities. But land alone does not create air power. People do. Before the United States had a separate air force, military aviation was still a small part of the Army. The first American military aviation units had limited aircraft and limited resources. Flying was new, aircraft were fragile, and nobody knew exactly how important air power would become. Then the world changed. During the Second World War, the United States faced a challenge unlike anything it had seen before. The country needed more aircraft, more pilots, more mechanics, more engineers, more airfields, and more people trained to keep every machine operating. Factories expanded at incredible speed. New production lines appeared. Aircraft began leaving factories in huge numbers. But building an airplane was only the beginning. Every aircraft needed fuel. Every aircraft needed maintenance. Every pilot needed training. And every mission needed planning. That meant America had to build a system, not just a collection of machines, across the country. New bases trained pilots and support crews. Some were built in wide, open regions, places where long runways could stretch across the landscape, places where aircraft could train without the limits of crowded cities. The desert became more than empty land. It became a giant classroom, a place where pilots learned to fly, where crews learned to repair aircraft, where commanders learned how to coordinate missions, and where new ideas could be tested far from the public eye. Think about the scale. A single fighter jet is an impressive machine, but one aircraft cannot create air power. It needs a runway, fuel trucks, maintenance crews, spare parts, communication systems, weather information, weapons specialists, security teams, and people who plan every movement. Remove one important part, and the aircraft may never leave the ground. That is the hidden side of military power. The airplane gets the attention. The system makes the airplane useful. During the war, American industry helped turn this system into something enormous. Workers built aircraft around the clock. Engineers improved designs. Mechanics learned new skills. Pilots trained for missions that had never been attempted before. Men and women across the country contributed to the effort. Some built aircraft, some transported supplies, some repaired engines, some trained new crews. Each job looked small when viewed alone. Together, they created something much larger. The United States was not only producing aircraft, it was building the ability to operate them at scale. And scale changes everything. Imagine two countries. The first country builds one advanced aircraft. The second country builds aircraft, trains thousands of people, creates maintenance systems, produces spare parts, and builds bases across a continent. Which country can keep flying after months of difficult operations? That is the difference between owning a machine and building an air power system. After the Second World War, American air power continued to grow. In 1947, the United States Air Force became an independent military service. Its mission was no longer limited to supporting ground forces. Air power had become a major part of national defense. Then came the Cold War. The United States had to prepare for threats across vast distances. That created a new problem. How do you operate aircraft far from home? How do you move equipment across oceans? How do you keep aircraft flying thousands of miles away? The answer was not one secret weapon. It was logistics. Logistics means moving people, equipment, fuel, and supplies to the right place at the right time. It may sound less exciting than a fighter jet, but logistics can decide what a military force is capable of doing. A powerful aircraft without fuel is just expensive metal. A trained pilot without a functioning aircraft cannot fly. A base without spare parts cannot keep operating forever, so America built systems designed to connect enormous distances. Cargo aircraft carried equipment. Transport planes moved personnel. Tankers refueled aircraft in the air. Maintenance teams kept aircraft ready. Support units connected bases across the world. The result was a different kind of power. Not just the power to fly, the power to keep flying. That is why the American desert tells only part of the story. The runway may be in Nevada. The aircraft may travel across an ocean. A tanker may refuel it far from home. And a support team may already be waiting at another base. Thousands of people can contribute to one mission without ever meeting each other. That is the scale of the system. And the system is always changing. New aircraft bring new technology. New technology creates new training. New training creates new specialists. And new specialists develop better ways to operate. The cycle continues. Innovation becomes training. Training becomes experience. Experience becomes capability. But there is another reason the desert matters. It represents freedom of movement. Look at a map of the United States. You see mountains, plains, forests, coastlines, and enormous open spaces. That geography gave the country room to build, room to train, room to test new ideas, and room to connect industries with military bases. But geography alone did not create the result. The country still needed people willing to learn, build, improve, and serve. The most advanced aircraft in the world cannot invent itself. Someone designs it. Someone builds it. Someone inspects every part. Someone maintains the engine. Someone prepares the runway. Someone trains the pilot. And someone makes sure the aircraft can return safely. That is why American airpower is larger than any single jet. It is a national effort spread across generations. The pilot may be the face of the mission, but thousands of people stand behind that moment. And this creates the biggest surprise. The strongest part of American airpower may not be its fastest aircraft. It may be the ability to bring together technology, industry, training, logistics, and people on an enormous scale. A fighter jet can cross the sky in seconds, but the system behind it took decades to build, and it continues to evolve every day. That system also has limits. Aircraft require maintenance. Supply lines can face pressure. Technology changes quickly, and future challenges may demand completely new strategies. Power is never permanent. It has to be maintained. It has to be improved, and it has to be earned again by every generation. That is why the story is not simply about military strength. It is also about preparation, about cooperation, about innovation, and about millions of people doing difficult work that most of the world never sees. The jet flying over the desert is only the final image. Behind that image are factories, schools, airfields, engineers, mechanics, pilots, and generations of Americans building something larger than themselves. So the next time you see an American aircraft crossing an empty desert sky, remember this. The desert is not empty. It is filled with history. It is filled with training. It is filled with human effort. And somewhere behind that single aircraft is an entire nation working together to make it fly. Because America did not turn the desert into air power with one machine. It did it by building the people, the knowledge, and the system that made every flight possible. And if you want to discover more incredible stories about American power, history, technology, and the people behind it, subscribe to the channel. Leave a like if this story changed the way you see American air power. And remember, the desert may look empty, but behind every aircraft in the sky is a nation working together to make it fly.